Hi, I'm Eva. Today, I want to talk about a hidden tax that drains your wallet and, more importantly, your soul. The what will others say tax. You know those heavy prices you pay just so your neighbor thinks you're successful or so your colleagues envy your luxurious and comfortable life? In literature, we call this the status tax. Look, let's be totally honest here. At some point in our lives, just to be part of a conversation, to fit into a certain social circle, or simply to say, I'm here too, we've all spent tons of money on things we didn't actually need. We've wasted time in places we didn't even like. And worst of all, we compromised our true selves. The problem is, we don't pay this tax to the government. We pay it directly to our own egos and to the imaginary pedestal others hold us on in their minds. But there are no tax returns here. All you're left with is lost peace of mind, wasted time, and an empty bank account. I'm talking about money that literally goes down the drain. Even if most people don't realize it, the status tax is the world's largest prison. Why? Because the door isn't even locked, yet we're too afraid to step out. Because out there, we risk looking ordinary. For example, just because your neighbor bought a new car, or that person you dislike at work slammed their new car keys on the table, you go and trade in your perfectly fine, reliable car for a new one, getting yourself into deep debt just to keep up. That, right there, is a status tax, and believe me, you're paying it with heavy interest. Or, just because the cool group at the office goes there, you head to that overpriced restaurant every single day. The portions are tiny, the prices are sky high, and the food doesn't even suit your taste. Leaving a full day's earnings on that table? That's the highest tax bracket of this invisible system. Just think about it for a second. That latest phone or designer bag that keeps you awake at night wondering how to pay the installments, does it really improve your quality of life? Or is it just a burden you carry to send a message saying, look, I'm still doing great? This tax isn't even limited to money. Think about the weekends when you actually just want to lie down and watch your favorite show, or take your kid to the park. Instead, you drag yourself to a noisy, overpriced event just to share a "we had such an elite night" photo on Instagram. That's a tax you're paying with your spirit. Even choosing furniture based on other people's tastes, or throwing away perfectly good items just because they're out of style, is nothing more than an attempt to buy other people's approval. So, why are we so willing to pay this tax? It's because society whispers to us that our belongings define our worth. They say the more you spend, the more successful you are. But nobody tells you about the exhausted mornings or the never-ending credit card statements behind those purchases. It's an invisible, but very heavy pressure. The solution is actually very simple, but it requires serious inner strength, will, and courage. You need to stop measuring your own value by the shallow reflection in someone else's eyes. When you discover what you truly love, what actually makes you excited to get out of bed in the morning, and when you can walk past a store and say, I'm not buying this right now because I have nothing to prove to anyone, that heavy status tax instantly drops to zero. The day you stop feeling the need to compete with anyone is the day you truly become free. Remember, the people who truly love and value you don't care about the brands you wear, the neighborhood you live in, or the year of your car. They care about you, your character, and the trust you build. The others, the ones who grade you based on your spending, are just spectators entertained by the high taxes you pay. And trust me, their applause is not worth more than your happiness. Do yourself a huge favor today. That unnecessary purchase you were planning, that exhausting plan, or that fake behavior you were going to put on just so someone says, wow, cancel it. Take that money and that time and invest it in something that actually nourishes you. Maybe an education, a real hobby, or just some quality time with the people you love. You'll notice how much better you feel the moment you stop putting your life on the scale of other people's approval is the moment real wealth and peace begin. Close this tax office within yourself and throw the key into the sea. Take good care of yourself. Define your own value. I'll see you in the next video with more freedom and smarter choices. Bye for now.